The following is a special presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
I just cannot believe that I won the 125 here at Daytona. It's unbelievable.
Wide in the backstretch, 21-year-old Jeff Gordon down the inside, going for the lead at turn 3.
Years from today, when 79 stock car races have been run here, we'll remember the name, Jeff Gordon.
In his third full season of competition, he becomes only the 22nd driver in history to wear the crown of NASCAR Winston Cup champion.
Jeff Gordon has just become the youngest man ever to win the Daytona 500 at 25 years of age.
And the Brinks truck is running him down.
What we have here may well be the yardstick by which Winston Cup greatness is measured for years and years to come.
Happy holidays, everyone. There is no more beautiful place at this time of year than New York City in the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. The annual event honoring the best from the NASCAR Winston Cup Series has become a part of the holiday season. From the main ballroom of the Waldorf Astoria in Midtown Manhattan, we welcome you to the 49th annual NASCAR Winston Cup Awards ceremony. Wow, it's a great night here. I'm Bob Jenkins along with Benny Parsons, and you know, every team has a checklist, and we saw only one more box remaining to be checked off on Jeff Gordon and the Rainbow Warriors list. I have a feeling they may be on their way to doing that.
How close is Jeff Gordon and the entire crew to being a dynasty? About that close. You know, folks, every year when we go to Daytona in February, it's so exciting to see those 45, 50 cars there, all with a chance to be the champion. And then you run the season, the 32 races, and we come to New York to crown the champion. Jeff Gordon, those guys did the job. They deserve to be here.
One of the big questions going into this evening, just how much money will Jeff Gordon walk off with? Some say he's going to become NASCAR's first $6 million man.
Wow, excuse my voice, folks, but, you know, I just retired in 1988. In my career, I think I earned $3.9 million. When I retired, I was about 7th on the list. This year, he's going to earn almost twice that much in 1 year. To be 19 years to win almost $4 million.
Well, Barney Hall will be your on-stage host for this evening, and one of the first awards we want to pick up on is the True Value Man of the Year Award. Let's go down to Barney. Congratulations to Dale Jarrett, the True Value Man of the Year. He finished second in points to Jeff Gordon, and it's been quite a week for Jeff Gordon. One of the stops at Times Square earlier today.
A lot of effort went in it, a lot of time, and I don't regret spending the time.
Trying to fire to come across the line. David Pearson.
At the wire, it's Petty on the outside, Brown bumper.
As they go into turn number 1, and both of them spin.
They touch coming down through the tri-oval.
Oh, I'm on the Daytona 500. I'm on the Daytona 500. Here comes Mark Martin trying to make a move off of corner number 4. It's a drag race. Jeff Gordon, winner of the inaugural Brickyard 400.
Bring her to the inside, Dale. Don't let him get down there. He's going to make it. Dale Jarrett's going to win the Daytona 500.
Race of his incomparable Grand National Stock Car Racing career.
Ladies and gentlemen, our present and past NASCAR Winston Cup champions, Ned Jarrett, Benny Parsons, Bobby Allison, Bill Elliott, Rusty Wallace, Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, and Jeff Gordon. A nice round of applause, please.
I want to definitely congratulate Ray and Jeff, Charlie, the whole team. You guys did an awesome job. Your second championship, and Jeff's getting so much smarter. He actually invited us to his party last year instead of making us wake him up. So I got someone else with the Hendrick group I really want to thank. That's someone I really look up to, and he's helped me a lot throughout my career, and he's still my teammate, and that's definitely Terry Labonte. Rick ain't here, miss him. Linda, you look beautiful. Pop, you're looking sharp. I know Mary and Rick are at home. I wish they were here. Congratulations. Now, my team. It's really nice to drive the Skull car. All the people.
First of all, I'd like to thank the championship team, Jeff Gordon and Rick Hendrick and Ray. You guys done a great job. There's no doubt about that. To win two like you've done, that takes a lot of commitment. You're to envy a lot of people. I tell you what, we couldn't do it without all our...
You know, just like Jeff, what he's done the last 3 years to win the championship twice, my hat's off to them and all the crew. They've done a heck of a job. You know, I feel like that, you know, we all try so hard, and sometimes it's just hard to get here. But, you know, for me, with what Winston's done, NASCAR and all...
Congratulate Jeff Gordon and the Rainbow Warriors, Ray Abraham, Rick Hendricks at home. I'd like to say hello to you. And man, I just can't wait. One of these times I want to be able to race you for the championship and get to Atlanta. I think Atlanta might be good for me. I have that feeling right now, so I don't know. I want to see you there. And then one last family member that I want to thank is my older brother.
The season got off to a good start at Daytona. A second place for Terry, part of a 1-2-3 finish for his friend and car owner Rick Hendrick.
Congratulate Jeff and Ray and the great job they did for winning another championship for Rick, because it looked like we couldn't do it halfway through the year, and you guys did it. Thank you very much.
Every champion that's been a part of this deal is what's made this sport even greater and moved it forward. Jeff Gordon has been one heck of a great guy to work with, a great representative of the sport, and we're awful glad to have him as our champion.
This makes you feel a little better for finishing fifth. It's not that much though, Jeff. Congratulations, Rick and Linda and Jeff and all the Hendricks racing team for winning the championship. You did a great job, as usual. I'd like to thank Richard Shoulders and my whole group. Richard and Linda, we're going to party tonight, huh, Jeff? All right, congratulations.
Victory number 3 nearly occurred at the Mountain Dew Southern 500 when Jeff came out of nowhere to nearly steal that other Jeff's thunder. A second place at Darlington was duplicated 1 week later at Richmond.
I want to congratulate Jeff and the entire team. You guys deserved it. You beat us every week. You run well every week. But it's okay if another Jeff sits there. You understand? You don't have to be the only Jeff. Okay. Just want to get that straight.
Jeff, Ray, you guys are sitting where we all want to be, you know. Congratulations. Awesome. You guys earned it. You deserved it. You deserve it, and enjoy it. We're going to go after it next year.
Certainly all of us at Robert Yates Racing want to congratulate Jeff, Ray, Rick, the entire Hendrick organization. You did a great job, well-deserved championship. You're a tremendous asset to our sport, and we appreciate all that you do. It's great racing you, and look forward to many years of racing you. And we certainly want to say to Rick, who we know is watching at home, that we're thinking about you and praying for you, and that your healing continues, and we really look forward to the day that you're going to be back with us at the racetrack. We look forward to those days.
We're getting closer to honoring the 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Well, you've been in the racing business for some time, haven't you?
Yes, I started back in 1946, Frank. They built a track in Louisville, Kentucky, and we started fooling around with those midget race cars as a hobby.
I see.
And we fooled with those things for some 3 years, and then stock cars as such came into vogue, and we switched our activities over to stock cars.
You make a living at this?
No, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody as a source of livelihood.
That was 45 years ago. I think things have changed a little, haven't they, Benny?
Yes, I think these guys are making a very good living doing it today.
We are live at the Waldorf Astoria as the countdown to honor the champion Jeff Gordon continues. There, of course, is the 7-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion Dale Earnhardt, who finished 5th in points this year. There is the champion. He has not been called to the stage yet. Other awards are being given. And right now, his crew chief, Ray Evernham, is on stage. Let's join him.
Our friends at R.J. Reynolds. R.J. Reynolds, through its Winston brand, has taken NASCAR to an incredible level. They've opened doors and created bright futures for those of us who love this sport. So Andy, T. Wayne, everybody at RJR, on behalf of past racers, present racers, and future racers, I really want to thank you. On behalf of Rick Hendrick and Hendrick Motorsports and the Rainbow Warriors, I'd like to thank the following people. DuPont Automotive Finishes, Quaker State One Great Motor Oil, Pepsi and Generation Next, GMAC, AC Delco, Skittles, Pedigree, M&M Mars, Haas CNC Equipment, and Goodyear for supplying the best tires in the world. Chevrolet, Mr. Middlebrook, we're proud to be on your team. Two of the best sponsors in any sport, Kellogg's and Budweiser. My friends at Ingersoll Rand, the staffs of PR Performance Plus and JG Motorsports, all the NASCAR contingency sponsors, and even the sponsors of our competitors. Without you guys, we couldn't continue to grow, so thank you very much. I really want to thank Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin. You guys are both class acts and true champions. It was fun racing you next year, and we're going to race you hard to try and stay sitting at that table. Mr. France, it's great to see you, and I want to thank you and your family for having the vision to create NASCAR and to build it into the greatest spectator sport in the world. Sincere thanks for your support of Rick Hendrick, his fight against leukemia, and your support of our 1-800-MARROW-2 program. As a result of that support, we've been able to donate almost $1 million to help test potential bone marrow donors. And more importantly, thanks to the support of the NASCAR community, approximately 20,000 life-saving names have been added to the National Bone Marrow Donor Registry. So thank you very much, Mr. France. Hendrick Motorsports, all you guys partying in Charlotte, I hope you party hard because you deserve it. Our chassis shop, our engine program, Randy Dorton, Charlie, Dave, great engines all year long. Our research and engineering department, our teammates on the 5 and the 25, and a special teammate, Terry Labonte. Terry, you are a class act. You're a true champion, and you could not have a better teammate. Thank you. Pop and Mary Hendrick, John Hendrick, a good listener and a good friend. Rick and Linda Hendrick, you're two of the finest people I've ever known. Linda, your strength and faith have been an inspiration. Rick, you're a great leader and a great friend. On behalf of 5,000 of your employees nationwide, I want to tell you that we love and respect you, support you unconditionally. Thank you for your friendship. Jeff and Brooke, what can I say? God bless the both of you. You're great people and great friends. And Jeff, you're the man. You're the man, buddy. Everybody here tonight is going to look up to you for the great race driver that you are. Well, I look up to you every day for the great person that you are. Partner, we've come a long way. Thanks for including me. Mom and Dad, I'm very proud to have you here, and thank you for that second mortgage you took on your house to get me my first garage. I told you we would be here. Mary, my wife, she supports me through better and worse. My son, Ray J, he sacrifices his time so Daddy can race. Ray J, Daddy loves you. And my team, it feels so good to be able to say that. The Rainbow Warriors. You know, the American Indians believe that good things will happen when the rainbow appears. And the Indians are obviously very smart people, because good things have definitely happened in my life ever since you guys have showed up. You are awesome. You've worked and you've sacrificed, and you've done it without question. You're truly a team that beats with one heart. Every once in a while, a special group like you is assembled, and one chance in a lifetime you get to work with a group like that. Thank you for giving me that chance of a lifetime. Hail to the Rainbow Warriors. Thank you. God bless you.
He is the champion crew chief for 1997, Ray Evernham. We're going to take another break. We'll be back in just a moment with more from the Waldorf Astoria. At the podium right now is Lou Savelli from DuPont accepting the championship sponsor award.
Stood up here and he said that we in DuPont had never experienced anything quite like the phenomenon of NASCAR participation. The excitement that it engenders in our employees, our customers, and our fans is unmatched. And I'm here to say 2 years later that it's just gotten bigger and better and more exciting. We cherish our relationship with Rick and Linda and Jeff and Ray and the Rainbow Warriors, and we look forward to being a bigger part of this growing and great tradition. And so on behalf of the DuPont Company and its employees around the world, the employees and my colleagues in DuPont Automotive, Roseanne Graham and her motorsport racing team who are here with us tonight, our loyal and our valued customers who make all of this possible, I gratefully and with great honor and pride accept the Sponsors Award for the NASCAR Championship of 1997. Thank you.
There will be other awards before Jeff gets up on stage. We're going to try to catch up on a few commercial breaks. We'll take another one and be back in just a moment.
Suffering from leukemia.
Welcome back to the 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup Awards ceremony at the Waldorf Astoria. The championship car owner is being honored, and on the stage is Linda Hendrick, Rick's wife, and he has been introduced very eloquently and emotionally by NASCAR President Bill France. Let's go down to hear the remarks from Linda Hendrick.
On stage here. What great medicine you've been. Congratulations to you and all of Hendrick Motorsports for a job well done. Your hard work, commitment, and refuse to lose attitude has brought us all here tonight. And a very special thanks to your families for all the sacrifices they have made. Jeff and Brooke, congratulations. We are so proud of both of you. You are both truly champions in every way. Jeff, it's not just your driving ability that makes you a champion. You've spent most of your life giving up things that other young people enjoy to devote yourself to your sport. Thanks for all the sacrifices and for always being gracious in your winning and always finding something positive to say, even in the heat of battle. Rick told me that what you and the team accomplished this year is more than he could have hoped for in his entire career. To accomplish it in such harmony and respect for your teammates on the 5 and 25 teams is especially pleasing to Rick. We all need each other and help each other. Ray, the same for you and Mary. We couldn't have done it without you, and I don't mean just on the racetrack. Ray, you're a tremendous leader, and you've given unselfishly of your time to the Mara program, even though you have so little spare time to give. And Charlie, those motors you gave Jeff are magic. Thanks so much to you and to Linda. And Lou, congratulations to you and DuPont Automotive Finish. You're a class act. We thank you and congratulate you for your second championship. I wish I could call all of you at Hendrick Motorsport by name, because winning the championship is a team effort and everyone plays a role, and all of them equally important. I do want to add a special thanks, however, to Randy, Dorton, and Diane, and that terrific engine department. To you, Eddie Dickerson, and your wife, Amy, for all the great work in the chassis department. And Jimmy Johnson, our general manager, who keeps it all together, and your wife, Pris. I also want to thank John Hendrick, Rick's brother, and his wife, Kathy, for their special help at Motorsports this year. Our children are in the audience tonight, our daughter Lynn and our son Ricky. You are our greatest source of pride. We are so blessed. Now I'd like to congratulate my husband for his accomplishment in all of this. Rick, what an inspiration you are. Congratulations not just on your winning, but on the way you've lived your life. You have reason to be extremely proud of what you have built through hard work, commitment, and strong values. This has been the most difficult year of our lives, yet you have continued to be an incredible example for all of us to follow. You have lived this season of joy and pain, triumph and adversity, just as you have all along, with love and compassion for others. Your generosity is endless. Thank you for all the years you have helped so many. Next month, we will celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary, and throughout those years, you have continued to push forward to be the best you can be, and you still do. Tonight, we are here to congratulate you, not only as a great car owner, but as a greater person. Sweetheart, you're always the winner, and I'm proud to be your wife. At this time, I'd like to ask Rick's dad, Papa Joe Hendrick, to please come forward and receive the 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup Championship Car Owners Trophy for his son, Rick Hendrick.
I appreciate this more than anything in the world. I never thought that I'd ever stand up on the stage and look at such wonderful people that we've got in racing. We have to thank all the sponsors. We have to thank NASCAR and everybody. So just keep the good work going, and God bless all of you.
Again, let's have a nice round of applause, please, for these members of the championship team. Super people. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup champion.
It is now time to join a fantastic racing ride into the 21st century. Your championship crew is top flight. Their leader is strategic. The driver, very bold. The final destination is 12,715 miles away. Jeff Gordon and the Rainbow Warriors served immediate notice for the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship when the season opened at Daytona, first with a win in the Busch Clash. 1 week later, Jeff made the most daring of moves in Daytona 500 memory. At the end of the February Classic, Gordon was at the head of a Hendrick Racing 1-2-3 sweep. Not only was Gordon the first entrant into the Winston, but he had found the first number in the combination to the Winston Million. Next stop, Rockingham. Last stop, the winner's circle. When the series reached the short track test, this savvy son of thunder did it again. He scored back-to-back wins in the Food City 500 at Bristol and the Goodies 500 at Martinsville. Ready to turn the dial again, Jeff returned to the scene of his first career NASCAR Winston Cup victory and won his second Winston All-Star event before outlasting even Mother Nature with a win in the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. He was now the only man with a chance at the Winston Million. Victory number 6 came in the Pocono 500, and with it, a seat back atop the points lead. And when the shiny new California Speedway opened its gates for the first time, Gordon took the inaugural victory in Fontana. And proving that the Rainbow Warriors can win anywhere, Gordon took his first career road course victory in the Bud at the Glen. Now, all eyes focused on a newly reconfigured Darlington. The vault that held the Winston Million bonus had been locked for 12 years. In calculated fashion, Gordon's DuPont Refinishes Chevrolet overcame every racing obstacle in his path, and he tamed those who tried to prevent him from cashing in. In one Mountain Dew Southern 500 afternoon, Jeff Gordon broke the bank, became the only man in history to win the Labor Day Weekend Classic 3 consecutive times, and assumed a championship points lead he would never relinquish. Gordon capped off an incredible year with victory number 10 in the CMT 300 at Loudon. He has now won at 15 of the 19 circuits that make up the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship Trail. And for the second time in his young career, Jeff Gordon has rocketed to stock car stardom. Hang on, the ride is going higher and faster, and it's far from over. Ladies and gentlemen, the driver of the Rick Hendrick DuPont Refinishes Chevrolet, the 1995 and now 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup champion, from Pittsboro, Indiana, Jeff Gordon.
Since they started using Quaker State motor oil, Jeff Gordon won the '97 Winston Cup. Is it in their blood or in their engines? Quaker State, chosen by winners.
Since we switched to Quaker State motor oil, we've been very successful. So when my crew chief said,
Check it out, Jeff. 3 new synthetics from Quaker State.
why change a good thing?
Different engines can need different protection. Quaker State knows that.
Well, we tested them. And guess what? Now we're winning with the same oil you can buy at the store.
Quaker State. The choice is clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President and Chief Executive Officer.
Back at the Waldorf Astoria, the championship rings had just been presented to Jeff and Brooke Gordon by Bill France. Now for the presentation from R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, here is Andy Schindler.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this evening to celebrate one of the most important nights in the NASCAR Winston Cup season. A night in which NASCAR and Winston, as well as many other sponsors, have the privilege of handing out hard-earned prize money. Money earned through persistence, dedication, and lots of hard work. Tonight's banquet is much more than a roll call of this season's best performers. We're here to celebrate the drive, the determination, and the tremendous effort put forth each day by the race teams, the officials, the sponsors, and of course, the millions of NASCAR fans. We're celebrating success, and we're celebrating the important roles all of you play in creating the human spirit that exists in NASCAR Winston Cup racing. The spirit of millions of people, people like everyone in this room tonight, has served this sport well for about half a century now. Next year, we will commemorate NASCAR's 50th anniversary, and we plan to do so with great fanfare. We want to recognize just how far this sport has come in the last 50 years and the heights to which it will continue to rise in the future. We at Reynolds Tobacco are looking forward to helping our friends celebrate this milestone and to continuing our long-standing partnership. NASCAR's 50th anniversary season promises to bring excitement in many forms. You've heard about the Winston No Bull 5, a group of 5 races that will provide drivers with the chance to earn $5 million and another $5 million that will go to fans. The Winston No Bull 5 will get underway at Daytona in February when 5 drivers chase the dream of the first of $5 million paydays. We believe this will bring a lot of excitement to the 1998 season. It's our way of saying congratulations to Bill France Jr. and everyone at NASCAR on their 50th anniversary. $1 Million Payday is a term our newest champion knows very well. Jeff experienced almost every winning thrill a driver could hope for this season, from his victory in Daytona to the Winston Million at Darlington. Gordon was the brightest star in the NASCAR Winston Cup
Just get to
sky.
the big check there, Andy. The big check, buddy. The big check.
If you want this check, you have got to be patient. You'd be cool.
I'm trying to get my eyes on it over there.
We ran into each other in the men's room, and he tried to get me to tell him how much was, in this check. And I didn't tell him. And he still isn't going to find out till I finish. But Jeff didn't do it alone. I know Jeff believes that he is on this stage tonight because of the tremendous efforts of the Rainbow Warriors from Hendrick Motorsport. Their hard work propelled Jeff to 10 victories in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Rainbow Warriors. The winning spirit of which I spoke earlier is certainly embodied in this title-winning team. From car owner Rick Hendrick to Ray Everham to Jeff Gordon and the Rainbow Warriors. They all serve to remind us that success comes through determination, persistence, and lots of hard work. Now, the moment that Jeff Gordon has been waiting for impatiently all year. Jeff, at the Winston in Charlotte, I gave you a check for $207,000. Then in Darlington, I gave you a check for $1 million, winning the Winston Million. And tonight, it is my pleasure to present you with this check for $2,300,000 as the 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup champion. Jeff, congratulations, buddy.
Wow. Man, that's a lot of money. Whew. Well, I couldn't even get through the first part of my speech. I hope I get through these 8 pages. And I told Dale Jarrett it would be shorter, not short, shorter. And it will be. Thank you very much, Andy. And I'd like to thank R.J. Reynolds and the Winston brand for their outpouring support of NASCAR Winston Cup racing. And the money certainly has been pouring out, especially right now tonight. I'd also like to thank everybody who really made this week for me so much fun and just so enjoyable, and it's really an honor to come up here and be the champion. So I'd like to thank T. Wayne, Chris Powell, Curtis Gray, Mary Reynolds, Mitch Cox, Dan Zacharias, and Andrew Halverson from Winston, who has played a major role in making this such a fun week. I'd also like to thank NASCAR again for you know, just their support and what they've done over the years to bring it to this level is amazing, and I think we're all very proud to be a part of it. Over the past few years, I've heard a lot of people talk about me maybe having an unfair advantage on the racetrack, and maybe, you know, somebody giving me a little bit of favoritism or maybe some preferential treatment. And you know what? They're right. I have had an unfair advantage, and they sit right up there. The Rainbow Warriors, stand up. These guys, they signify what teamwork really is all about. Thank you. I really want to thank them for their hard work and their dedication. They really showed us all this year what a Chevy Monte Carlo was really capable of. And sorry that we didn't win that manufacturer's championship, but we did all we could do. We need a little bit of help, guys. Can't do it on our own. Takes a team. It seemed like any time that we were down, these guys fought back to get us back into victory lane and get us back where we need to be to win this championship. And without you, this certainly would not be possible. Thank you again. I'd like to also thank everyone from Hendrick Motorsports who has made all this possible. Everyone in the engine shop, the chassis shop, the R&D shop. Everybody really plays a major role in making this happen. I want to thank my crew chief, Ray Evernham, for leading this team to their second championship in 5 seasons. Ray has an amazing ability to get 100% out of everyone around him, all these guys, including myself. And I think he's the best darn crew chief that I've ever worked with. Of course, he's the only one I've ever worked with. No, seriously, I do think that he's the best crew chief to come along in this sport in a long time. He's not only a great motivator and a coach, but he's also somebody that I call a friend. Thank you. Without 2 great teammates like Terry Labonte and Ricky Craven and all their guys on the Kellogg's team and the Budweiser team, winning the 3rd championship in a row for Hendrick Motorsports certainly would not have been possible. And so thank you for what you guys do. I'd like to thank our primary sponsor, DuPont, and DuPont Automotive Finishes, who was such a great company to be associated with and does a lot for us throughout each and every year. We're especially thankful to have Lou Savelli and his wife Gloria here tonight, and also Roseanne Graham. It's great to have you here. You know, I'd also like to thank DuPont corporate side, who was a new sponsor of ours that came on as an associate this year, and we're glad to have you on our car and look forward to the future. And without our associate sponsors, we just wouldn't have the finishing touches that it really takes to be the champions. So I'd like to thank all the companies that made up the key ingredients to what it took this year. And I'd especially like to thank Quaker State Oil, Pepsi, who's a new addition this year, GMAC, AC Spark Plugs, Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats, Chevrolet, and Goodyear Tire and Rubber for all your support. Thank you very much. You know, every Sunday at driver introductions, these were always pretty interesting, to say the least for me. So, to all those fans who were cheering, thank you. I think this year certainly allowed you to show your true colors as a Jeff Gordon fan. And to all those who weren't cheering, well, what can I say? Your loyalty is what makes this sport what it is today. I'm going to get it together. There have been some key people behind the scenes that I definitely need to thank that do a great job at steering me in the right direction when I'm not on the racetrack and in the race car. Thanks to Bob Brannon and everyone at JG Incorporated for everything that they do. And also Performance PR Plus and everybody in the PR department for every weekend at Hospitality and for everything they do all year long. You know, I've been very blessed in my life and in my career, and I must thank God for coming into my life and making such a difference in the way I approach life and the way I approach racing. Thank you, God. And I'd like to thank him for blessing me with all the people, all the companies, all the fans who I've thanked tonight. It certainly wouldn't be possible without them, and I feel like he has brought this special group to me. And I promised I wasn't going to do this. And I haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. And I really, I mean, my prayers certainly have been answered, but I really want to thank those who bring the Lord to us more and bring Him closer to us every weekend. Max Helton and everyone from MRO, thank you. Family and friends, I tell you, they're very important. And I wouldn't be where I am today without my family. I think my stepfather and my mother are certainly the only ones that knew I was going to be here. I know, Earnhardt, I'm a crybaby, aren't I? And of course, the one who brightens every day of my life, my wonderful wife, Brooke. You know, you wives have a tough job. Not only the drivers' wives, but the crew members' wives, all the wives that are a part of this wonderful sport. And on Sundays, we probably put your nerves through the roof, and I'm sorry for that, but we certainly couldn't do it without you. And Brooke, thank you so much for your support that you give me every day throughout the year. I couldn't live without you, and I love you. Thank you. I made it past. All right, we're getting to the good stuff. I feel like this whole night has been dedicated to one person. And that is one person who cannot be here with us tonight. And I know that he is here in our prayers and in our thoughts. That person is Rick Hendrick. I owe many thanks to Rick for making all this possible, for the team, and I tell you what, we are very thankful for everything that Rick does, but I think what I'd like to thank him for the most is for being the great person that he is, for being somebody that people look up to, for being somebody that at a time when he really should be caring more about himself, he only cares for everybody else. I want to thank John Lynn and Ricky for being here. Thank you so much. I know it's great for Rick to see you here. And of course, I want to thank Linda and Pop tonight. But since he couldn't, I'm going to close with saying that I would like to dedicate this championship and this night to him for dedicating so much of himself to each and every one of us. God bless you. Good night.
Jeff, we'll let you go sit back down and catch your breath for just a moment. I'm going to have to catch mine also. As the 50th anniversary of NASCAR Winston Cup racing glimmers on the horizon, Jeff, you have the right to reign as the NASCAR Winston Cup champion during this historic time. You've accomplished a great deal during your stellar career, and as you'll soon see, many of our and your predecessors and peers have taken notice. Tonight, you shine brightly, not only as our champion, but as a beacon of the future. Tonight, you are Lord of the Dance.
You cannot deny the talent. It used to get under my skin because he'd go out there and win. I never thought he paid his dues. I thought he just got in a car, had the best cars, the best motors, the best everything, and win. But after I keep watching his talent, watching what he's able to achieve, I go, you know, this guy's naturally gifted. He's a hell of a driver. End of story.
I'm speechless, man. I mean, this is the greatest day of my life.
Jeff Gordon's the future of this sport. He's an incredibly gifted person who's got the right team behind him. They have it all together. He's going to win a lot of races.
And Jeff Gordon is about to write his name in the racing history books. Years from today, when 79 stock car races have been run here, we'll remember the name. Jeff Gordon, winner of the inaugural Brickyard 400.
I mean, the spark of greatness was in him when he was that tall. In fact, almost every great driver wins immediately. Well, I don't care if it's a go-kart, as a sprinter, a midget, or a late model sportsman.
Jeff Gordon came in and beat all these guys. They made old men out of these fellas like myself or whatever. Turned the whole thing upside down.
Jeff Gordon, phenomenal. I mean, all the ability in the world, everything that you would ask for of a race car driver.
Jeff Gordon in his world is, and it's not a stretch to say, is almost in the same situation that Michael Jordan is.
Every great athlete has a season that is significantly better than any other time. I think this year has been that sweet spot in time for Jeff Gordon, because to win over 10 races in a single season with the competition like it is today is just absolutely awesome.
Going to do it. Jeff Gordon wins the California 500.
think I was a lot like Jeff Gordon, but Jeff Gordon wasn't as rough and tumble as I was. Other than that, he's a good, clean-cut guy, you know.
Jeff Gordon, he's so natural.
The 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup season has come to a close, and tonight we have kicked off the celebration of NASCAR's 50th anniversary celebration. We now all look forward to the running of the Daytona 500 to begin the 1998 racing season. But before we go, please welcome back to the stage for one final time the 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon.
Evening here at the Waldorf Astoria. Jeff Gordon picks up the check for being the champion. We'll be back in just a moment with more.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming tonight. We hope you